like and subscribe. Serious, what are some woman's issues that are overlooked? Asterisk ATTENTION. Serious tag notice. Asterisk jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted. https://www.reddit. com/r/ASKREDDIT/WIKI/INDEX/WIKI_rule. 6. In asterisk ANY comment, parent, or child. Asterisk parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Asterisk report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour, and posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. Asterisk I'm a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit, /message/compose/to/r/ASKREDDIT, if you have any questions or concerns. How bad some of the negative effects hormonal birth control can be. I was losing my mind, but my doctor brushed it off saying I was just stressed. Got off it, and instantly felt so much better. Endometriosis. Getting off of any form of birth control is hard. This past week I had my normal yearly OBG checkup. I mentioned I wanted my IUD out. My normal doctor was out of the office, so I had to see someone else. She refused to take my IUD out, because I wasn't married, and she insisted that my fiance wouldn't want the chance of us getting pregnant. I want you to document in the chart that I requested you remove my IUD and you refused. Oral contraceptive birth control pills can cause depression and very often do. PMS and PMDD are not taken seriously enough. The depression and anxiety of PMDD are debilitating. Edit, genuinely a little heartbroken at how much this blew up overnight. I am so sorry, but not surprised that so many of you deal with these issues. If you have PMDD, please join us at r/PMDD, if only to have a sounding board for when you are feeling bad and wondering if you are crazy. You are not alone. Not being able to get sterilized when you are 100,000,000% sure you don't want kids. PMS and cycle in general. Pelvic floor physical therapy. It is life-changing, and many women do not know their physical issues can be easily addressed. Medical issues. It took me 3 visits and a walk-in doctor to diagnose a raging infection in my abdomen. I was told it's all in my head. By the time it got diagnosed, my bowel had almost perforated. I could have died if I was less tenacious. In my country, Bangladesh, women are blamed for everything wrong that happens. For example, if a girl marries a guy, and after years the guy dies of a disease or something, people will say the girl ate the guy, meaning anyone who marries the girl will die. Another example is that when women are sexually assaulted, people say stuff like, why did the girl go in front of guys? Why did the girls go out at night? Why did the girl wear short dresses in front of guys? Stop, this is what Asian girls need to go through. I hope one day girl blaming will come to an end. PCOS. 10% of women have this, including me, which leads to diabetes, infertility, and many other problems. Health in general. So many medications have only been tested on men, when women can react to things very differently. Postpartum depression. It's so much more common than people think, but many mothers feel too guilty to reach out for help, because they think everything is supposed to be amazing after getting the baby. Autism and women. Related, ADHD and women. I'm a dude, and this will probably get buried, but I hate the fact that when I'm doing something with my longtime GF, like buying a new car, renting a new app, taking a loan, etc., that people ignore my GF and assume she is just not important. They just look at me and talk only to me. I have to make an effort to include her in something she should be in from the start. I feel so bad for her and try to amend it as much as I can, but there is not much you can do. We were at the car dealers the other day looking at the car and the dealer kept ignoring her and her wishes. He was only looking at me and assumed she doesn't know what she is talking about. We just left. That sometimes you really do need that hysterectomy the doctors are refusing to give you, because they want to make sure you don't want to have more children. Same goes for getting a tubal done. Nearly every safety invention is designed for the average man. Airbags, seat belts, dosages for drugs, safety bars on roller coasters, etc. Look, I know we can't all custom order cars with different sized belts and bags, etc., but women can sustain serious injuries because safety features aren't meant for them. Hysterectomies. I'm 24 and have reoccurring fibroid tumors and have since I was a teenager. It is not typical for someone my age to have multiple enlarged fibroids. My largest one was 11 centimeters. They are painful and I am about to have my second surgery to remove them. I don't want to keep doing this over and over and would like to have a hysterectomy, yet my surgeon refuses because I am young and I might want children. Or if I get pregnant, I have a high risk of miscarriage. It will eat me alive if that happens to me. In my country it is after birth care for mothers. Mental health systems. Edition. Women are told the pain they are feeling is normal only to find out they need a stoma bag a month down the track. Some women have died after not being checked over properly before leaving the hospital. Edit. I don't even live in a third world country either. People are wanting to move here because of how well I've handled COVID. The extra time, energy, and money that must be spent to look professional. I sometimes try to throw my hands up and say it, let them think I'm ugly, and I stop plucking my eyebrows for a while, no makeup, etc. And I'm treated noticeably different. My inability to get sterilized. I do not want children. I never have, never will. I will never have children to please a partner. If a partner wants children, they are not the one for me. I want to be sterilized, so I have a very minimal chance of getting pregnant. But I cannot do it, because I am too young. I'll change my mind, my partner might want kids, etc. It should not be this hard for me to make a choice on my own body, but I'm sure about. Women being the manager of the home. Women are expected to be project managers. The mental energy spent running a household is exhausting, and falls on the woman. The man often says, what can I do to help? Oh sure, helping with the task is technically helpful. But it does not alleviate the burden of that task of the woman expends mental energy on tracking it. In my country feminine hygiene products are subject to the same tax as luxury items. Something seems wrong there. Being verbally interrupted. All of the time. This may not happen to every woman, but I know it happens to most of the women I know. Just let us finish a sentence SMH. Prolapse. I was properly shocked when I learned about this surprisingly somewhat common side effect from childbirth. Eater, for those who don't know, cause I sure as hell didn't. Some women will have their organs start falling out of their vaginas following childbirth, especially older women, and especially after multiple pregnancies without proper physio in between, but not always. Pregnancy consequences in general. Pregnancy is scary. I've decided not to have kids and some of it stems from absolute terror at all the stuff that can happen because of it. I hate hormonal birth control. I've tried almost every type and they all magically mess me up in different ways. It seems to either makes me so nauseated and wrecks my GI system, it completely kills my sex drive, or it makes me suicidal. I really want my tubes tied, but I'm super scared of surgery. I wish there were more non-hormonal options or more options for men. Thus every time I complained about the side effects it was, oh are you sure it's the BC? Most people handle it just fine. Please shut up. Yeah, just stressed. Oh, that phrase. They told me this for months, when I was complaining of abnormal, catatonic exhaustion. Finally a doctor thought, to test my iron stores and B12 level, and I had nearly none of either, and was close to permanent nerve damage. Now whenever a doctor utters that phrase to me, they get an instant middle finger. Just kidding, we also do not get the luxury of anger. Ovarian day, yeah, I'll wake up, and find a little bit of blood in your underpants. And that is the day you become a woman. Yeah, no. I woke up to a scene from Godfather. It took me 12 years to get a diagnosis, and I'm still fighting for acceptable levels of care. It took me the same amount of time. I was diagnosed 8 years ago, and the best thing they said was, have a baby now, or you won't be able to have one. That was after 7 miscarriages. I did eventually have a baby, but things are getting really bad again. I want an ablation, but I'm 29, so the best any doctor can say is, don't you want the chance at another? Meanwhile, I'm literally having my entire period the first day, which is absolute misery. An entire period. In one day. The amount of blood has not changed, the pain has not lessened. It's all just compressed into one day. But no one will help me. Being a woman is hell sometimes. She insisted that what happens with your body is up to your fianca. Fatter is insane and infuriating. She should not be a doctor. I am really sorry that happened to you. I had the opposite problem. I had a doctor who refused to give me an IUD, because I was not married. They will not even consider sterilization for women in some places without their partner's consent. As if we cannot make decisions for our own bodies. It is a huge load of horse. 35-year-old woman, I do not want kids. I would like sterilization options. Doctor, what? Yeah, too young to make that decision. 15-year-old, I am pregnant because my idiot boyfriend did not wear a condom. I am keeping my baby. Doctor, here is a literal grocery bag full of information on everything y'all need, as well as schedule doctor's visits. Literally. Yes. Also, incontinence is never normal. It is always a medical issue worthy of treatment. /Carapace. I was going through maxi pads every 20 minutes or so, but couldn't get in to see my regular doctor. He was booked up 4 days, but he refused to put in a referral for Region without seeing him. Every woman on here knows going to the ER with a menstrual problem is useless. Also, likely to cost thousands. To be useless. You'll get sent home with a script for Vicodin and an ice pack, told to use a heating pad, etc. I finally just went into his office, and waited in the lobby, until the gals worked me into the schedule. He wrote me a referral and I saw a gyn the next day. Within an hour I had an ultrasound, and about an hour after, that it exhibited adenomyosis, never even heard of it before that, and within a few days an emergency hysterectomy scheduled. This is how stupid women's gym problems are handled in the USA. And I was lucky. I managed to get emergency surgery within a week for uncontrollable bleeding, and my new gyn's office strong-armed my insurance to get multiple miracles happen to get emergency approvals done. I will stick to that gyn until I die. She saved my life. The biggest issue with PCOS for me, aside from previously being anovulatory, was that I went 29 years undiagnosed, because I am nearly 5'9" and 110 lbs. I did not fit the type 0 for so many options. The education gap in phenotypes of the syndrome is unreal, and it is, because education in female-only issues is not a priority. The lack of research is incredibly depressing. Doc, lose weight and the symptoms will disappear. Me, loses 90 pounds, still have a beard and wonky periods. Doc, Pikachu. JPG. Man, I got mine before I was going to bed, and had a panic attack thinking I was about to die crying in the bathroom. Aussie sex education is non-existent. When I started bleeding at 11, I thought it was because I was masturbating, and it had made me ill. Overheard the usual don't do, that it'll make you go blind, which was said to my brother, because no one wants to acknowledge that young girls also go through sexual development. And assumed I was now dying because of it. Didn't tell anyone, because I was ashamed they'd know what I'd been doing. So I started throwing away my bloody knickers. My mum found them in the bin, and asked why I was doing that, told her I was bleeding, she explained what a period was, etc. It's ed up to me that periods aren't explained to girls. Why are we so scared of girls coming of age? Why are we pretending it doesn't happen? Can we just teach girls about their bodies? You've been visited by the ghost of a very important man. Pay your respects by liking and subscribing, and he'll grant you 3 weeks of good luck.